Now is James Hoffa. He's the president of the International Brotherhood of Teamsters. Mr. Hoffa, good to have you on the program. Thanks so much for joining us.
Great to be here.
So what do you think? I mean, he had a lot of work done this week. He signed all of these executive orders on the Keystone Pipeline, on pulling the U.S. out of TPP. How did the president do for the American worker?
Well, you know, when it comes to unions, I mean, we're talking about, wow, this is something. Basically, we all oppose TPP, and with the stroke of a pen, he does it, what we've been talking about. We're very encouraged by that, and we've always been against NAFTA. We always said that TPP, was NAFTA on steroids. So we've got to be very, applauding him on that, because we want to keep good union jobs here in this country, not export them to Vietnam or someplace like that. And the same thing with Keystone and Dakota Access. Those are big things. We've been talking about that. This will put thousands and thousands of union workers to work. That's important, to get this done on time, under budget, just the way we want to do it. That's an important, and those are good things that we applaud the president on.
You know, I was talking with the CEO of a concrete company on the morning show on the Fox Business Network at the end of last week, and he said that every $1 billion in spending, whether it's infrastructure, Keystone Pipeline, is equivalent to 20,000 good-paying jobs.
That's the number, and that's the thing we're so encouraged about. And also, the other thing that the president's doing with regard to carrier air conditioning, with regard to basically, convincing Ford not to build that big plant down there and bring those jobs. Those will be union jobs. Also, now Chrysler's saying, well, we're going to bring our truck production back to the United States. Those will be union jobs. So we're very encouraged by what he's done in just a few days. So let's see what happens. But, so far, it has been encouraging with regard to bringing good jobs back here and putting Americans back to work. And that's important.
Really interesting to hear you speak this way, because oftentimes the public believes that the unions are with the Democrats and Donald Trump is a Republican. Have you met with the president already? And you're supportive, obviously.
Well, what I did was I basically met with the president, who I met before, and I basically said, where we can find areas to work with you on, we're going to do that. If there's any areas that hurt workers, we're going to be against you. But we basically want to find things that we can do together. And so far, we are finding those.
You know, it's interesting because the unions really could not deliver the vote for Hillary Clinton. There was a big portion of lots of unions that were actually in the corner of Donald Trump for this very reason. He was promising putting people to work, and that's what we're seeing right now. What kind of a working relationship do you envision between the Teamsters and President Trump?
Well, we're going to have to see how this works out. As I said, where we can find areas to work with them, we want to do that. I think there has to be some bipartisan things with regard to some of the big projects like infrastructure. We want to work with them on that. We want to find areas that we can work on, and we just hope that we can keep doing that. We want to be successful. We want the unions to be successful. We want the American worker to be successful. And if that includes working with the president, we certainly will do that. He is the president, and we intend to work with him where we can.
And Mick Mulvaney, the nominee who he has chosen